Good morning. I'm waking up the sweet child of mine. Now, if I talk about anything to do with sweet, then all of a sudden I must bring in the Candy Man, because the Candy Man can. And it was MV3H2 that was talking to me about candy yesterday. VNV Studios, I have to take a retake on if you're the same as MV. I'm not sure because it's been a while since I'm getting like new customers. I don't like to say new customers. But when I start to think, Eminem, you mentioned it. I mean, it clicks in my head, but I wish I can explain it. 2 and 3 will create your 11. 2 and 3 create your 11. 1 and 5 create your 11. They both create 6 and 5. The electronics that come out of Jupiter, inside of Pluto, and at the same time, why inside of Pluto? Because Pluto is inside of Jupiter. And if Pluto's inside of Jupiter, maybe it's the bag, maybe it's the placenta that is Jupiter. And it ends up to be the placenta, which is around us through the umbilical cord, and exchanges its placenta for our hearts. 5 and 6 are the electronic face. Look at my face. You saw in the movie, not Terminator, Total Recall, the way Arnold Schwarzenegger's face, when he tried to go to the mountain, his whole face popped out in sections. That's the way it is. The face pops out in sections. We were built in sections. We were built through sections. They can drill through our head in different places. Over here, it's really weak because they put on this end of the head to this end of the head. Why does one head grow hair and the other head has Urantia world? Because they built the nest that way. They built everything the same way, so within the nest, when it came time for corrections, they would be correcting the same style, whether bigger or smaller, as we are. Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto have Mercury within. Venus creates. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals your electronic with 6. 2 and 5, Venus. Okay? Inside the electronics of Venus, the divisions of Venus that connect AC to create AC-DC within. Because creating AC as AB, AC come together, B is just a division of A. B divides to A and to C, and they relive in 5. AC5 is actually B and E, which is your 11. 2 and 3. If you make, I'm going to try and show you something. I have to turn through the pages. I just woke up. I want to say thank you very much to everybody who's speaking with me and playing the same game. And then I want to thank everybody who is interested in reading the game we are playing. If you do not know, there's someone somewhere in my booklet, there's a person named M&M, Mark Messer, or close to that name, and Jan Anu. She's highly evolved into the spiritual world and inside the numerological values to more than one system. I'm still running on one system. She's running on Pythagorean series, but she also mentioned yesterday this, the way 2 worlds are smaller worlds, here and here, to a bigger pyramid over here. You see, this is the pyramid here. It actually sits like this. So this will slide into here and it won't be able to move anymore. They lock. See the way they lock? The mountains lock. See the way I'm able to make the star between the 7th gates? The 7th gates become the arms, just like Moses had a shaft. The Algonquin, sum of 87 is 33. 3 and 7 is 10. 3 and 8 is 11. Jack and 10. 3 and 3. Why? Because it's the 6 card, the 7 card, and the 8 card that will make this. 3 on the left, 3 on the right. The 7 will show you the moons. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 moons. I'm trying to understand what happened. Venus, is it possible that Venus is within us and the moons that were created are actually Mercury and Earth that are playing out the moons by Mars? When you see them in the sky, we know them as Earth and Mercury, but they might be owned inside of the Mars moons. Mars is number 4. It's a makeup of 2 and 2, which means it's got to be an X. And in the X, they make like a spider. They go around and around and around and around. And as you go around, if you spray a spider web, it'll look like a planet. So this is the Algonquin series, the AWOKE series. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 and 1 is 5, and 4 is 9. 9 and 4, 9 and 3, 9 and 4. You see, I can't even do it. Is it the missing one? 9 and 4 and 2 is 6 equals 15. 15 and 15 and 8 and 3 is 33. 33 and 33 is 66. And 11. 9 and 2 is 11. Now, I have no idea how to do this yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay, let me do one more thing. This is going to be a real short video. Oh, it started already. The picture frame. See the picture frame? See the blades? See the blades? If you put 2 blades together, they make the army stripe. They call them the, what do they call them? I don't remember. But I was thinking about merci. Okay, in that name it says thank you. In that name it says I am 19, I am 21. It means I'm next to free parking. Because I know anybody that I'm going to notice that's going to be with me here, I'm going to notice something in their name. They're here because their name is giving me a clue to something else. Mer is the mother sea. It's the electronic ocean because it's powered by the moon. Okay? And hold on a second. I have Kabbalah numbers. I have the Hebraic system numbers. I also have Pythagorean numbers, in which in roulette this comes together as the 1. Okay? I'm assuming this might be inside of us as some sort of connection to another number, to another world. Here's 1 and 9. 19 is the spirit of moon. This is inside of man, right here. This is man right here. He is the angel. Now we connect the moon phase to our skull between BK and T. And we have to do that with number 8. HQZ 1726, the dog pound of the 1 spirit of the 7th gate, which is in here. They connect the fire beneath. The 1 spirit of 7, if it's in a dice, okay, it shows you light up. But if it's in a card, the 1 spirit of 7 shows actually earth. Why? It shows 5 and 2. Right here in the Y, it's 5 and 2. Right here in the P, it's 1 and 6. It's showing both of them. And it talks about the 7th gateway, which is also the 9th gateway. Now, is that between the ears? I do not know. Chandelier numbers, I'm still learning. One thing about the chandelier, I'm not sure if it's here, but 381, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Mercury. Mercury within our blood. Mercury within our blood. 3 times 81 is 243. We are inside the shell. Inside the shell. I'm assuming. 2 is BKR. 2, and 18. 18 is the king. King me. King, royal king. Royal flush, because somehow they're pissing in our head. And everything came together, some part of chess. I do not know. Here's the one I wanted to show you. See the letter R, I? See the letter I? See the letter I? It's all I's. The only way I make this is all I do is put 1 down and 2 across. You see how I made this? I'm going to show you how I make it. There's one line. You see between here and here, it's only 1 square. So in order to do this right, I just turn it this way. You now have your H. Okay? You now have your cap. Here's your second cap. Okay? This line here and this line here ends it. Okay? You see 1 to here is 1 line, 1 to here is 2 lines. Because you can only make your dot in the center here, This will connect all of them. So this is your height from here to here. One to here, one to here. So you're actually 2 squares. So I draw one little line here, and then I cross it. And then I do the opposite here, and then I cross it. So you've used 1 square, and it took up 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, and you put the cap on top, and this is the beginning of your railroad. How it would work out, I'm not quite sure, but what you have to do next is you come up over here to this section. Now you have your square. But if you really take a look, you see this square here? Okay? Look what came in the square. There's a Y that is automatically created from the square here. There's an H. There's a T. Why is there a T? Because right in the center here is a dot that connects everything together. Okay? Now, where do you tie things up? Do you tie them up here? Do you tie them up here? You tie them up here. So they tie them up on one side, tying up your heart. Your heart goes to one side. So this would be something to do with your heart. You see this? Here's the pie of your body. This is the angle man is on. This is how we are. This is how we live. Okay? Here's your eye. Here's your eye. Here's your eye. 3 eyes. Here's your... Anyways, am I happy with this video? Absolutely not. I just got out of bed. It was a hard sleep. It was a hard sleep. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. We did that. The ninjas, the nose and the ass, the toes. If you take the word six-it or exit, okay, it is a computer, X is the electronics in man. If you say exit, okay, exit or X and it together, you would actually say 2011. Now, if we spell it, the sound of the X is in the E family. So X is 24 in the E family, making 29. And then it is 29. X, it. 5, 24, 29. 9 and 20, 29 equals 50. 50 connects you to 2 worlds. The electronic world connected to the X-Man. 2 sides. This X will have a formation on the left and will have a formation on the right because X is the center. He must hold the staff. When you say exit, it's 58. When you say 6 or 6-it or X6, X6 becomes 29 and 52 is now Venus, 81. 7 and the sun create 119. The 7th gate in the sun is 119. So now we know in numbers the sun and 7, or the 7th gate, connects together with inside a vein, a portal, a tube, because C vein is a passage. S-E, vein is the passage. Something to do with fried eggs, something to do with heat, pushing the blood through the passage. Now, I'm only trying to catch up this video. I just woke up. 47 in time divided by the Mayan number will leave you everything. Your last number is 235. Isn't that funny the way 235 becomes 47? Because half of 47 is 235. This is the light of the Illuminatis. The 10 is who man is. Man is 2 times 45 is 90. 90 times 1.5 is 135. That would be half of who he is. 10 means 2. This is half of who he is. 2 times 45 is 90. Where do we get 90? If you want to work in temperature, okay, if you want to work in temperature, 5 times 18 equals 90. 5 times 18 equals 90 in temperature, okay? You have 10 as a whole. You get the 2 sides, 180 degrees. 90 becomes 96, so it's now the rotation in between is 8 and 7. 7 times 8, 7 plus 8 is 56, and 15 is 71. You've just connected A with G. What is G? I still have to figure out. G is the 7th gate, but what is the 7th gate? I know when you create a Magen David, the 7th gate is X. It becomes an X. When you create the 7th gate on one side and the other side, if we divide them upside down, This is the way the seventh gate works. Okay? This is the way the seventh gate works. They support both sides. They hold you in. They hold you up. I don't like this video at all. I really don't. 3 and 5 is electric company. 2, 3s, and 5s, the Venus system. The Venus system says we divide. I don't like this at all. Did we do anything about the nickel? I'm looking. 2, 4, 6, 8 corners. 9, 10, 11, 12 corners on this. This will show between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. This one will show between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. This will be 3 o'clock. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. How many points are out there? I don't even like this one bit. I don't even want to upload this video. But since this all goes into a star, and as long as I keep it in the star, it'll keep it in my memory bank for something else later, even if this video sucks the bag. Okay? I'm going to add this into my next video. This is the Fibonacci. Okay? You see how it recreates from 1 and 1 and 2 and 1. Venus splits up to create 2 and 3. Then it creates 5. Then it creates 8. This becomes 4. These 3 here go together. In pool, this is the 5 sun with the 8 black ball with the 13. 13 becomes 4. 5, 8, 4. This is the electronic space, a void. 8 and 21 is the cube. 8 and 4 come together. August and April. This is the cube. This is where the cube comes together. Why August and April? Because you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inside of it. 1 and 3 is 4. Or you'll have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 and 12 is 25. And 11 is 36. And 10 is 47. That's 46. And 9 is 55. And 10 is 63. Creating 3 worlds of 6. 3 times 7 into 3 worlds of 6. The 8 space shows you. The AD shows you. Same thing over here within 1. But now it shows you you're creating 1 world within the sand trap of your thinking, where the grays go, and the spirit of 3, which is the beginning here, 1 and 2, creating 3 within your own self. There's 1, 1 inside of 3, because you're always connected to 1 at the beginning. You're always connected to 1, 2 somewhere else. If you're always connected to 1, 2 somewhere else, this will be your 10, 10 connection. This is 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals to your 55. The difference between the 2 is 34, which is the mind you use to think. This 8 and 9 come together as your birthright, the space to put the mind within. The 9, the grays, 1, 4, and 1. This happens to be 12 by 12 hours. 377, 3 by 7 is 21 by 7 is 147, is it not? 7 times 7 is 49, equals 147. This will tell you all about spirit, because on your phone it's 1, 4, and 7. Here's the spirit light. It'll end up saying 6, 1, and 6, and 6, 1, and 7, and 6, 1, and 8, each one for their own reason. But 0 always gets number 15. That's the way I work it for now until I understand it better. And this one will end up giving you your 13, and your 13 is created from your 6. So when you are your 6, you're 1, 7. You end up making 7. 1 plus 6 is 7. 1 times 6 is 6 equals your 13. This is where everything comes together, the first part. This is your first cube of creation. In the first part of time, there were 987 years that went by. If you multiply this times 2, it's 1974. And from 1974, we're going to count only from the after the death. From 1974, 74 plus 26, we're in the dog pound, makes the year 2000. 26 and 14 make the year 2014. 26 and 14, which is the cross on man's back as he barks out everything he says. I don't know how it works, but I know if we have the vision between us, we will be able to see it. curling that just came out. The corners. Tic-tac-toe corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What we can do. I and I. H. 1H. You see the circle over here. You see the circle over here. It's also a plus sign. I plus I, which is also the T. When you bring it to another level, you can create the J with underneath. You create the J here and the J here. This becomes your fleur-de-lis. Your fleur-de-lis is what connects your two sides. Two sides of your digital. Your digital. 1, 3. See the way this, I can't even put in the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Or is it 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9? Or should I have made this larger? 9 and 6, the 7th gate for the 9, 7th gate for the 6. 6 and 9, overlapping each other, the 7th gate. Jack is also said Jacques, which means the tail and the cue ball. 42 by 47, the cat's house. If you add up here, you have the electronic in the cat's house. If you go from 24, you end up with 23, the creation of spirit, angel, and man, because he's got the spearman stick. He's electrified. The difference between 10 and 10 in French and 10 in English is the T and the D. They both have this, number 9. 1 is 37. French comes from the center. 10 comes from the right. You add 10 and 10 together in two languages, you have 76. 9 and 10 equals 83. 3 and 8. 3 worlds of 888, the 24 hours of the day, spirit, angel, and man. Man's connected in 3 worlds. The same thing goes over here. See this home plate? This actually should be like this. In roulette, this is the way they show this. Okay? See the way this is Greek? See the way this is English? They come together because they're birthday packages as you connect. And you know what? Every time I put lines on it, it looks more like a pineapple. The butterfly cube. See the 7th gate? But here's only one way to go. Now, what are these in the 7th gate? Is it a light? Is it a lookout below? 4 in golf. It says the ball is in the sky and it's turning. Is that 4 in golf actually 4 arteries? Is Mars the sandbox? Or is it the arteries to man's life? You see, now if I get away from Mars, the sandbox, because of its 2 moons, okay, maybe it's the blood. Maybe it's what reads the blood through the sandboxes of the 2 grays. Mars, the sandbox, the 2 grays. The blue gas giant, the electrical eel, the stingray corvette, the flower, F-L-O-W-E-R, the flour in English and in French, and the flour that we cook, and the wheat brings the heat that we eat. Angel transmission, the O, the oats have something to do with firing up the light. The soya, the corn, and ways to say corn. Teeth, teeth that vibrate, teeth, okay, are communication. Take out your teeth, you cannot talk properly. So the teeth were put there so we can talk the same. Okay, because if we couldn't talk the same, the information that Matrix would get would not be able to pick up our words properly, or the system of their Matrix won't be able to hear the proper vibration, so they reconnect the vibration and call it 432. 432, why? Because there's 32 teeth in your mouth. 432, the vibration within your own mouth, inside. I'm really trying to put things together. Minnesota Vikings, Detroit, okay? Who has the dome to play inside for the football? Because of the Great Lakes and the open sky that they have on an angle coming over the Great Lakes, the screw system, they end up getting certain kinds of weathers, and for some reason they put up the Superdome, or whatever you want to call it. Here's a V with a line. It's a K. But when you bubble out the K, it looks like a little Martian. 5 above, 5 below. Here's your K, 11. 11 equals 63. Plus the 11 is 74. For me, the K is your hips. Even though it says canine, see the dog run. The sheep, the goat, the shepherd, the leopard, I'm looking. The 12-hour week, 613-day cycle. Forget it. Here's something I never did. It's 3 times 6 is 9, is 18. 3 plus 6 is 9, 27 is red. 4 by 7 is 28, 4 plus 7 is 11, 39. 39 and 27 is a total of 66. The 6 islands and the 6 islands. 3, 6, 5, 4, 7. 3, 6, 5, 4, 7 is the actual year. There's a chance that this 47 must stand for 1 quarter. Why would it stand for 1 quarter? Because it's 365 days, 0.25. What is 1 quarter of this? 19, right? And 1 quarter of this, I'm going to try to explain it to you, is that in the roulette, they put together a bunch of numbers that will create 25 and that will create 19. 19 creates 3 times 19 is 57. Okay? There is no 3 times this. We don't get any of this number. This is 7 times 4 in the doghouse. Okay? 365, 47. 47 says time. That 0.25 extra in the year is only because man is the 1 quarter of the light that he needs to make his whole oneness work. So there's really only 365 plus that little cross that goes between his nose that makes every day just a little bit longer. 47 is time, 47 is Christ between the 2 islands. 27, 3 by 9 is 27, 3 plus 9 is 12, is 39. 39 and 34 is 73, which speaks in Nibiru, which means 39 says a perfect 10, and this says the doghouse. To a perfect 10 spells Nibiru. Okay? Now, I'm not sure what that means. I'm really tired. I'm way behind in my work. I'll never catch up. But isn't it uncanny that you come out of the birth of Pluto, 84. You go through Uranus, 94, and you pass through Saturn at 93. Einstein is 95. 93, 94, 95. Neptune is 95. Neptune is your skull. How Einstein thought to put it in your skull. N and N connect in manana, creating 28. Back to the dog pound of 2 worlds. The openness of the glass of the deep river, of the flow of the deep river. Letters that combine together. E and E, I and I, N and N, 28, 18, and 10. E and E, I and I create your 28. This is your Einstein, how things got connected. By duplication, by tying them together. You have to be able to create man. Here's his flower. Here's his diamond, crisscrossing at his legs. You'll put the hips here. Here's again man with his little mountains and his eyes. This video sucks. This video sucks. I was also looking at Mercury. 488, that's the cage. Why? Because Mars, between 0 and Mars is 1, 2, 3. 1 times 2 times 3 equals 6. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So this would actually say 4 and 3. 3 by 4 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. You actually have 3. Or at the same time, you create 19. And then you create the moon. Mercury has to be inside of man. Inside of man. Ganymede stands for Earth, stands for the dog pound. The diamond connect. Within this moon, we bring things together. The Middle Eastern town, Triton. 51 Mars. 56 is the sound. What? The sound of the blowing winds. Because they bring in stuff into this place. They blow the wind. The wolves blow the wind. They go in a wolf pack. The pigs connecting the 2 worlds together. Pluto, 2300, creates the 11 of the 2 worlds of 6 and 6. Its number is 84. It says space. 32 space, which is the backdoor electronic, a spirit, angel, and man. and AB. AB is who you are, 8 and 9. Or AB is 9 and 10. Why? Because 8, okay, here, and then your hips is 2, okay, is 11, and 9, 8 and 1. 9 and 2, 8 and 1. Callisto, 4, 8, 6, 6. It's basically all the same numbers. You notice there's an 8 here, there's an 8 here, there's no 8 here. This one will be 2, 7. This is the red. Okay, when this says red, okay, 2, 7, it says it's 2 planets of the 7th gate of 6 and 6, or within the mind of 8 and 6. The bistro, bis, abyss, throw says too much. Callisto, something of space, too much space. So maybe Callisto is there just to format the space, to shrink the space. Then this is one side of the world, and then this one would be one other side. I'll build another one up here. Here's the way your face should look. This pencil is between your two eyes. See the eye? See the B? Somehow it splits and it's bi, and I do not know how it works. 5 times 2, your earth body with the Venus mind. 3 times 3, 9. The 3 parts of 3. 3, 3, and 3. But the 3 in the center is a diamond, and if you look at the diamond the way it is, the point up in the center is your diamond. You ever see a teepee? You ever see a pyramid? This is what has to happen at the top. They have to tie everything together like in the old times. Here's the passages. Here's your bookends. Here's the passages. This world in the center will be bigger than the worlds on the side. Here's another one. Here's your teepee. This is the place. See the pillars? The 2 pillars? If you take a look, it's the 7th gate. 7th gate from the underworld, 7th gate from the overworld. They look like number 8s. Don't forget, you have to live above the line or over to the right, because you can't live in the water. Okay? 50 stars, 2 times 25, 30 eggs, 2 times 15, how to get the number of eggs, how to get the number of stars. Here's the best part of the video. Rubik's Cube. Just before you get to the center, it's the letter M. When you get to the center, it's the letter N. If you go completely through the center, it's the letter N. The center is the 14th position. 1 and 4 is 5, letter E. It's a split division of the Y. M-O-N-E-Y, money. Money. Bowling, 5-pin, 10-pin. 9 times 6, 3 times 7. Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble, Betty. Oh. See the splinter between the 2 sides? The 7th gate, the 9 exit. 7, 7, 8. 9 is the exit down below, or 9 to this side, 7 to this side, 9 to this side, or is 9 up here, low shoe. Pel can also mean a shovel. It can also mean pearl. Okay? Shit, shovel the shit. So the shovel is shoveling the shit. So there's something within your mind that's pushing all this stuff so it goes down towards the area that you go to the washroom with. I'm just jumping around. Again, see this? Don't look at the circles. Look at the shape around the circle. In between the eyes again. Right down to your nose and your mouth. See the levels over here? It's the way it runs. And if you take a good look, it's all number 7s. The eyes, each eye, ticker of time, each eye. This happens to be 32 minutes of terrible. There's just so much in here that I just can't explain. See the way we built man? Here's his 8. From his column in the back of his neck, he ends up looking like a bird with a little hole in his nose. Here he's walking. See the little piece over here? Because he can't move his foot any higher than this. The army stripes. Building the body, the flag at the top, 2 legs at the bottom. Here's his leg here, here's his leg here. Man is right here. Here is a neck opening up. FORE pulls. Here's the waist. Here's man's body again. The army stripes going up. The Federation of Justice League. The League of your own. The yard dogs. I'm just yapping for nothing. Silver Island iced tea. The third dimension. The magic tunnel. What color are magnets? And there's a ball when we were younger. Was red on one side, silver or white in the middle, and blue on the other side. That might be what passes through inside your veins, supplying the blood. That ball. PGCN 77314. If C and N work together, it would make 42, 21. 7 by 7, 49, 147, the spirit side. 537. This is again part of Nibiru. It's the angle, it's the two wings. G, C, and N are the two wings. This is the light. This is the light within the center. These are the wings. GCN. 10, 24. Man 10 plus the 24. There's other ways to make 10, but you need the two wings. 17, 18, and 19. From the French language. I'm just so far behind, and I didn't want to lose any of this information. 5 times 7, 5 plus 7 equals 47, equals 62, 0, 62, which is 808. 7, 8, and 9. When you put 7, 8, and 9 together, this is what happens to 2. She becomes all the way down here. She becomes all the way to the top. You see the diamond here? The diamond here? This will connect your next card. But otherwise than that, 7, 8, and 9 are these three. These don't count. You're in the Venus world. It comes to a V here. And 1 and 3, the odd numbers come to a V and go to the center. But when you're building man, the corners are the same corners. It becomes 4 and it becomes 2. And you bring that to the center, 5. That's your 11, corner to corner. See, it's the first thing I said that was right. First thing I said that was right. First thing I said that was right. You take 1 and 3 and you bring it together as 4 and 5. Now we're in your low shoe, you bring 4 and 2 into the center where you have 6 and 5. And then you have I'm assuming you start with 3 over here, okay? And then what would you put here? This is the way to do it, but it changes everything because this is the first corner top left. What actually goes here in low shoe, it's 4, but it's position number 1. But if it's this way, it is. What goes over here? 2 here, 4 here, 6, 6, 6. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. If it was low shoe, I'm going to put 2, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6, 2. This is the way I'm going to do it. 2, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6, 2. 2, 8, 3, 2. 2, 8, 3, 2 is what it comes on to. And this is somehow is your communication. Okay, 11. This is your moon. This is your 11. This is how you connect. Now this is rough. I have to think of it. Rough is a dog. There's also this picture over here. 2 different sides. It comes in down here. Your omega is split. Everything is split. Things come in pieces and parts. Okay? If they came in, okay, as a single strand, it would not. It would spin. It would turn. It would flip. You must put wings on it. The Aleph letter has those wings. Somehow things have to come in a certain way, and you have to bend them or twist them or put them together, but things come together apart. Or what comes together is I put it here, and this holds here, and then something comes here, and something comes here, and something comes here, and then the guy below, at the other end, he collects it, and then they bring up the straw again, the barrel again, the bucket again, like getting water, and they lower it down. We're building Earth. We're building man. Man is being built. This is not the world you think it is. For all the people who think you just die and go to heaven, that's not the way it works. You're not actually here. Your spirit is somewhere else. Your star system is somewhere else. You come to this planet. You enter into the body. You are not born. Up to 3 months, okay, in the womb, you're not born. But when you're expecting a child, there's an angel spirit expecting to get into that child. So if you remove the life from that child, this angel will have to start all over again. Okay? But did you actually take a life? No, there was no life in the child. There's no life in the child, otherwise to be a zombie. Otherwise to be a werewolf. Otherwise to be, he is a nothing. He is the connection of two spearmints putting together. That's the way I have to see it. Because in order to justify reality in this world, until the mind thinks, there is nothing. It's not a could've, would've. He was nothing. He was a decision to extinct it. Because sometimes we have to extinct the fire. I mean, does this tell you anything? Cobwebs, money in a room, in the yellow light, the light of gold. What is gold? Yellow in the rainbow, polka dots. Don't forget about maple. Something to do with maple. Maple, Mayflower. This is all super Richie. C is for the scent. High. I do not know. This is Harvey Comics. It's the I and H. 52 pages, and they really let you know about it. This is a made-up world. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I have a ton of things, some pictures I wanted to show you. So let me see. Oh. I'm going to be looking for a picture. No, I can't find it in this phone. Well, there went that phone. As much as we don't. So this is what happens. I wake up in the morning. I just got out of bed. 2 o'clock. I was turning over. I have... Can't handle the cats. I really can't. I can't handle the cats. I can't. But they must be telling me something. Video camera. Video. No, I don't want video. How come I can't get the pictures like I used to? I don't want to take a picture. It's not where I can't, no, all I see is this. Okay, 43 minutes now that I'm up. There's so many things to do. I'm so far behind. I feel like I got to do it all. And I don't have to do it all because you know what the best thing is? I'm going to tell everybody to go to the end. Is that when Jen and Mess and she tells the truth, you three in particular, because you have the most information, and anybody who asks me anything, that's my inspiration. That's my inspiration. The minute one of you say something new or you want me to go somewhere, I need the guidance. I'm like a horse. I'm so blind. I'm so blind. I need the guidance. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Before I let you go, in the Pythagorean concept, they add on the S, and the S is number 19. 1 and 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 0. But they don't add on 28 because the 28th, there is no 28th letter. But would the 28th letter actually be the minute you get to Y? Y equals to 27, okay? Y equals to 27, and Y equals to 25. and Z equals to 26. So your Y, Z is between Y, and the average becomes 26, 26, 26, becomes your vibration in the doghouse. This will be 3, and this will be 2, and this will be 3. This is your vibration that you're getting out of Jupiter, inside of your mind through the 7th and 8th gate, because that's what it says inside the doghouse. Do I think all of these are bad? I say that 25% of everything is evil. 25% of everything is the connection. So now you're left with 50. But if the 25 was evil out of the 50, take away 25 from 25, all you're left with is 25% of your life to make your own decisions. But since you have two sides of your mind, you're now back to double. You're now half. You're half of everything. You're 1 1/4. And 1.25, okay, times 4 times 72 equals 288 plus 112, equals plus 72 equals to the 360 days in the year. 360 degrees. There's 360 degrees and there's 13 moons. 364 days. In a year, that's 365.25 and 366, but the 0.25 is you. So 360 degrees in a 364, 13 times 28 days equals to 364 equals to 13 moons. And then you have 365 1/4. You have 365 that ends a year, and then you have 366 in the leap year. So that means the minute you hit the leap year, on the 365th day, you have gone 4 days backwards. Even though you overlapped, you have gone 4 days backwards in the distance between 364 in 6 hours, 364 in 8 hours, 364 in 12 hours. In fact, I have to split it up. The day divides by 8 for the mind, but the day divides by 6 for the life of man, which is 14 because of the cross on his back. 8 and 6 is 14. So the day divides both of them, and in both of them, 8 and 6 are divisible by 1776, which is the size of the vibration of 432 in which we live inside, because you can't live on the walls. 1 and 5 become the walls. 1 and 5, 9 and 6. Raphael, thank you for watching.